Hey, happy Thanksgiving today. And I want to share a quick video today on how you can get ahead in 2026. And I'm going to share some data-backed insights about this. And I'm also going to share a playbook that I think you could run if you are in the US or more developed countries such as Canada, Australia, United Kingdom, some parts of Europe. And if you want to get into business for yourself through acquiring a company specifically. The reason I think this is important is I think it's end of November, starting of December. A lot of the more smart people are going to start preparing in December, are going to start setting up a lot of the things in December so that they can hit the ground up and running in 2026. So I wanted to create this video around that. So first of all, I want to just thank all the clients that we've had in 2025 for their business. I want to thank all the people that are following us on social media, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on TikTok, and so forth, related to buying businesses. But uh, hope you're having a good time as well. But let's go into the video related to buying businesses. So a few important things. There's a lot of baby boomers looking to retire today. Specifically US, Canada, and more developed markets. A lot of these baby boomers, as you know, own businesses. A lot of these businesses organically are going to sell because of their motivation level. They're looking to retire. So that's one fact. You can look up some of those numbers. A lot of these numbers are publicly available in US and publicly available in Canada and different markets. That's a fact. So you following that fact is going to allow you to get into businesses. So what you need to do is you need to start reaching out quickly to brokers that are selling businesses to confirm that this is a valid fact. And you're going to see if you go to bizbuysell.com, you're going to see tons of businesses for sale of retiring baby boomers and the brokers listing that business, and you'll see the reason for sale is retirement. Second is you can reach out to localized businesses close to you. If you have any sorts of experience in any business model industry, you can reach out to that industry and reach out to a ton of business owners. And what you're going to find is some of them are considering to sell in 2026. Um, so that's a very important fact, and you should be reaching out to brokers. You should be reaching out to sellers. You should be building up your pipeline for December so that you have a healthy pipeline of people that are looking to sell, but you can potentially do a deal with to buy them out. The second thing is, in a lot of these developed markets, financing is available. Either a commercial loan, a government-backed loan. In the US, it's called SBA 7A loans. In Canada, it's called a little bit differently. It's the same process. You can go and apply for a commercial loan or a government-backed loan and get a loan to use that loan to acquire the cash flow of that company. Really, you're using the business as in the entity that is delivering the cash flow to pay off a debt service. So that's another insight that you need to be aware of. You're not really using your own capital only. You're using the commercial loan to go and buy that company. Typically, you'll put down in the US 5 to 10%, in some cases even up to 20%. In Canada, for example, you're going to put up to 20%, 25% down on the deal. So let's say you want to buy a $2 million company. Well, if you buy a $2 million company, you could put down in US 5% out of that, 10% out of that, which is going to be in between 100K, 200K in equity and capital down. The question is, what if you don't have that capital? If you don't have that capital, you can raise that from an accredited investor that could put in that capital in. So then you can split the business and you can give them ownership as well, sub in most cases 20% ownership. And if you're going to see that because of some of the compliance things and some of the rules and regulations related to commercial loans and government-backed loans. But that's another interesting thing is you could essentially use other people's capital to go in and acquire some of these businesses. So even if you have $50,000 or $25,000 or even $100,000, you can still raise more money to get into a better business for you to be able to get a better cash flow in 2026. So the advantage you will have in the market is you have access to deals. If you have access to deals as a buyer and you understand the language and you understand how to analyze these deals, how to quickly negotiate these deals, then typically you're going to be very valuable to some of these lenders, to some of these investors that have access to capital. Now, the funny thing about it is we've closed loads of these deals. Last 7 years, we've closed hundreds of them with clients. We're closing one right now, a med spa that's cash flowing above 500,000 in Florida right now. So if you want to get a worksheet if you want to get a modeling tool, if you want to get a process A to Z, what you could do is you can DM me on LinkedIn and I can give you more insights into it, or you can just then book a call, a direct call with me, and we can kind of map out your plan for December moving into 2026. That way you're actually getting ahead. So let me know if this is helpful, but this was it for today. Thanks.